Good day, grade 11. So for this lesson, we will be discussing the features of academic and professional writing. So let us have first our learning targets. So first, you will be able to identify the different features of language. Second, you will be able to differentiate the important features of language. And lastly, for today, you will be able to write text that shows formality. So what are the features of academic and professional writing? So the first one is formality, followed by objectivity. Third is explicitness, and lastly is caution. Now, we will be discussing only formality today. So how can we write text with formality? So what is formality? So formality, it reflects your dignified stance in your writing as a member of the academic community. To show formality, the language you use requires precision to make it a legitimate piece of academic writing. This means that the written output adheres to the set of standards acceptable in the academic and professional community. Now, to achieve formality in writing, keep in mind the following points. Now, take note of these points in writing that will help you show formality. So for the first one is avoid contractions. So what are contractions? So you need to choose expanded modal forms over contracted forms. So here are some examples. So the contracted forms of modals are instead of using can't, instead of using can't again, you should write the word cannot. Instead of using haven't, you should write the words have not. And instead of using won't, you should write the word will not. So avoid using contractions in writing a text. Now, another example. The Philippine government isn't doing anything to alleviate poverty. Now, in this sentence, notice that the underlined word is a contraction. It is not showing formality. So if you will rewrite this sentence, it will be the Philippine government is not doing anything to alleviate poverty. So remember, in writing academically and professionally, you should always avoid contractions. That is the first one. Next, choose one verb from over two-word verbs. Now, what are those examples? So instead of using gives off, you should use the word emit. And instead of using the word carried out, you should use the word conducted. Those are just some of the examples. So in writing, do not use words or two-word verbs because it will not show formality in your text or in your academic writing. Third, observe rules in writing numbers and acronyms. Now, it is said that you should spell out numbers less than 100. So one of the rules in writing numbers is that you should spell out the numbers if they are less than 100. So for example, instead of writing just 26, you should write the whole word as 26. Instead of writing 40, just a number 4 and 0, you should write the whole word or the complete word, which is 40. Now, what is the rule naman for acronyms? So how do we write acronyms? Now, in acronyms, be sure to provide what the acronym stands for the first time it appears on the paper, and then put the acronym within parentheses. Thereafter, you can write the acronym only to refer to the same entity. Now, for example, a short text is shown on the screen, and I may read the Philippine Atmospheric, Geophysical, and Astronomical Services Administration, PAG-ASA, last Monday declared the start of the rainy season. PAG-ASA reminds everybody to be ready for strong weather disturbances that may hit the country. Now, notice grade 11 that in this example, the meaning of the acronym PAG-ASA is written in full because it is the first time that it is mentioned in the whole text. And after writing the whole meaning, the meaning of the acronym rather is written and closed in a parenthesis. So if you will mention again the acronym, it is now okay, or you can only mention the acronym. So no need to write the full text or the full meaning of the acronym. Okay, another rule that will show formality in writing is to avoid colloquial or slang expressions. So when we say colloquial, those are conversational languages or conversational expressions like gonna, a lot of, kind of like. So in layman's term, it is what you call as conyo. So slang and colloquial expressions are typically used in casual spoken conversation, but may appear weak and inappropriate when used in formal writing. So just like what I said, expressions like a lot of, wanna, gonna, kinda, sort of should be replaced with several or many, want to, going to, somewhat, and rather. And lastly, you need to avoid figurative language. So idioms, the use of figurative language should be avoided when writing an academic paper or academic text. So formal writing adheres to direct and clear expressions and avoids creating multiple meanings that can confuse readers. For example, you should start investing now because, as the old saying goes, opportunity knocks only once. So, if you will rewrite this text to omit the figurative language use, it should be investing at a young age is an important decision one has to make to secure a good financial situation in the future. So, again, to show formality in writing, you must consider the following. First, avoid contractions. Second, choose one verb from over two-word verbs. Third, observe rules in writing numbers and acronyms. Fourth, avoid colloquial and slang expressions. And lastly, avoid figurative language. So again, that is one of the features of academic and professional writing. So the next lesson will be discussed on our next meeting. So thank you and God bless.